Evening 502, we are Geek Culture. I am the founder, Lewis, and this is Jerry, and I've got Bernie to my left.
Hello, 502, y'all out there?
Yeah! Give us some energy. Yeah, admiring the Stan Lee, Melnor, and Captain America. You're not worthy!
How y'all doing tonight? That's great, bro.
It's nice. So this is Geek Culture, as we have always been. If you guys have ever been to Alamo City Comic Con, you might have seen our booth. I'm sure you've seen our Captain America shield. This year we were giving away an exact shield like this, Sam, by Stan. So we just brought it, as to accentuate our setup. Before we get started on the Talking Dead, we'd like to familiarize you with a new idea for our giveaways. So if you guys have ever watched the outtakes for shooting a movie, sometimes the actors on stage forget their line, and they'll scream, "Line!" And so somebody will tell them their line, and then they'll go ahead and recite it. So for the giveaway, we've got 5 great prizes for you guys, but throughout the cast, we want the crowd to go ahead and yell, "Line!" when you guys find a dead point or when you guys are hungry for a giveaway. And we've got some lines for you. And so the way you win is we'll recite the line, and somebody will raise their drink, and we'll ask you to tell us the character or the movie that was in. And for the ultimate prize, we got a box full of goodies here. We've got a line, and I'm looking for fan interaction. So I'll say a line. If you recognize that movie, you will recite the other character's line back to me, and then I'll recite the final line. And then you'll name the movie, and then you guys will win an awesome prize. So again, this is our second cast here at 502. We'd like to thank you for having us back. What'd you guys think of tonight? It's Daryl's baby.
Was I the only one that closing scene that heard the Rolling Stones song, Brown Sugar? Am I the only one? Come on, guys. Perfect. Perfect. It's about time those two kind of, took the next step. What do you think?
It was a slow boil, working up to it. I definitely enjoy the comic fans that we have in here. When everything plays out, when Carl got his eyes shot out, when Jesus showed up, when Michonne and Rick started hooking up, they know it because they read the comics. The rest of us were kind of familiar with it, but, it's exciting as well.
What do y'all think of Jesus? Got some popping over here. He's kind of a nifty little freaker, isn't he?
Well, we will say that about tonight's episode. It had action, it had the feels, it had some parody, and then, of course, it had the romance. At the parody part, anybody else hear the Benny Hill song when they were running around chasing Jesus?
There you go. And if you know who Benny Hill is, you're showing your age.
If you know who Benny Hill is, yeah, there you go.
Old school, man, Benny Hill rule.
Bernie, what did you think? You got anything to add?
So far, the season's been really great. Best so far, especially the last episode. But more is to come, so we'll see what the producers do this for the rest of the season.
Is there anything you're looking forward to? I mean, you kind of follow the comics more than me and Jerry do.
Definitely looking forward to seeing Negan show up. When his biker gang got last episode, they got blown to bits there by Daryl. That was pretty awesome. But I think they're saving him for the season finale, if anyone heard about that. So.
In that scene tonight with Jesus, where they meet him over the corn chip machine, I guess it was on the ground. Is it me or when they have the drop on Jesus and he goes around to the building? At that point, there should be in survival mode. So if you got your buddy and you got this truck full of supplies, shouldn't you just send your buddy getting the supplies and take them back to camp? Was it me or I would have done that. I mean, why go around with firecrackers? What the hell do I care? I got a truck full of supplies, and I got people waiting for it.
So that's a flaw that with Rick. Rick should have known better. Why is he going over here to see if there's gunshots. You know, you see one guy, and Rick's anticipating that there's going to be more people hiding, but I agree. They should have just gotten in the truck and gone. They should have been thinking ahead, but they got took, and they had to, you know, the thing I'm sitting there thinking about, I'm like, let's see, Daryl and Rick are both running in boots at a pretty good stint just to get this truck. I'm like, no.
And you see the truck, and there's nothing on the highway. You've got a straight shot. You just get in there and ride, you know, you take your supplies back to camp and stuff, and they're like, oh, firecrackers. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It ain't 4th of July. Let's go. You know, get the supplies and get it back to camp. Or did I miss something?
And also, when they finally caught up to him, wasn't Jesus changing the front tire?
Yeah, I mean, they tie him up. Why did they tie him up? It's like, buddy, is this guy your hood ornament? You know, shoot him, get it over with. I mean, I thought they were in survival mode.
And definitely when they finally caught up to him and Rick was backing up that truck, I thought, why does he keep backing it up? And obviously we knew they were setting it up for something to happen there. And like Daryl was with the law of averages, it went against them this time.
Well, you know, like when they tie him up, like, if you either kill him or bring him with you, you know, either or, and they keep throwing the front around with him, you know, and it's like, okay, guys on the side of the road, we're not going to kill him, but we're going to tie him up. But we're not going to bring him, but we're going to tie him up. That's a waste of road. That's a waste of the road, right?
That, and he didn't tie him up so tight. He's like, well, the knots aren't so tight, so you'll be able to get out. So he was running the risk of the walkers coming around and eating him, or if he just get out, then he had to go back. And then we see the little ninja dude freaking gets all the way back, gets on top of the truck, survives falling off. I mean, Jesus is pretty bad. Is that how he is in the comics?
I haven't read all of the comics, but so far, he's proving that right now.
Is he?
Is that... Where's our comic readers out there? Our Walking Dead. Is Jesus like that in the comics? All the time? So he's got those ninja skills?
Really? He's got the ninja skill. Can he take a bullet? Can he take a bullet? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's turned out to be a bad dude. And then at the end of the show, we see him. He gets the full exposure of Michonne and Rick.
If I was in the truck, I would look at the other ones. I told you shit to him. You know, Captain, but she's saying he can take a bullet, so no harm.
What else were you guys excited about tonight? What did you guys enjoy? Carl? What about Carl? You know, it was kind of amazing that you saw him. You know, last episode, he's recovering from a gunshot wound. I don't know about y'all, but I'd probably be still laying up in the house like, oh, it hurts. Nope, Carl's out there taking out walkers. And then we see, is it Diana? That was pretty sad. There it is on the Talking Dead.
What was he doing out there with, you know, with telling her, you know, hold on, and what was he trying to prove with his walkers? Was he trying to show off to her or what?
Well, if you caught it, he wouldn't kill that walker because it was Diane. It was that guy's mom, so that's why he didn't kill her. But the other chick was like, no, she's got to die, and it's just like, you know.
But that's surprising, because with everything he's been through, you figure he'd cap. Because he's a tough little mother now, you know? He's pretty hardcore, so that's kind of weird. I figured he wouldn't blink. He's going, boom, get done, you know, move on. That's what I thought he was about.
He's growing up quick, and if people that follow the comics, he's starting to turn to kind of the dark side now. His character becomes a lot more darker in the comics, and eventually he becomes one of the strongest leaders.
Comics, are you happy? I want to ask them too, but are being a comic reader, are you happy with the way they've spun it off and yet made it different in its own universe on the television?
Yeah, most definitely. For TVs or movies, you cannot completely adapt anything from comics or novels.
Correct.
You definitely have to make it a little different, take bits and parts from the comics, and make it your own. So they've done a good job so far.
Okay, folks out there, how many people out there read the comics? How many? Not a whole bunch, huh? Have they done a good job? Do y'all think they've done a good job? Okay. Making it its own universe, right? Yes. So they haven't disappointed you yet? Okay. That's important. I think it's important. So, because it all starts with you guys, the
Well,
comics.
One great thing about the show is, for me, is definitely Daryl. He's a character that does not exist in the comics, but he's added so much to the show, and has made him its own. His character is definitely refreshing and different from the comics, but we all know that no matter who they are, eventually they're going to be killed off. At what point, we don't know.
Well, you know, one thing we established at our first cast last weekend is that a lot of fans here think that Daryl's going to make it all the way to the end.
Well, if
Now we get some no's this time.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't, there's going to be a heck of an uproar because he's real popular. Real popular.
If Daryl dies, we're right, yeah.
There you go. See,
Again-
the writing's already on the wall.
Again, not following the comics, you know, having our other fans here, I kind of think that with Michonne and Rick developing, you know, this romance now, I was looking at it, I was like, well, I think Rick's going to last the distance, but I'm like, Michonne will probably bite it somewhere in there, and it's just going to make it harder for Rick when it comes time.
Well, they are the dynamic. Do what? They are a great dynamic. I mean, we've been waiting for them to get together for, you know, how long? So, you know, I guess it's about time. You look on your watch and it's about time. But, you know, now there's Jesus.
Now there's Jesus, and then you kind of wonder, they probably won't, but you kind of wonder if they'll go and try to salvage anything from the truck in the water, in the lake.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Next episode. I would.
I doubt that. That's at the bottom of that lake.
Too long gone?
No, I know what they'll do. They'll go to the lake to get to the truck to salvage it, and Jesus will walk on the water to get to it. Yeah, okay, I see.
That's pretty good.
Mark
That's
my
pretty
words.
good.
Mark my words, man. I'm just saying. Just saying. I read that somewhere. So.
You guys ready for a line before we move on to Street Fighter V? All right. So, hold this.
Oh, hold on. We got a birthday going on.
Hold it up.
Birthday, dear. But there's somebody.
Happy birthday to you. Round of applause.
Give it
Happy
up, folks.
birthday.
Happy
Birthday
birthday!
right over here. Woo.
Thank you, 502. All right.
Who's having the birthday?
Mariana.
Is it Rayona or Mayona?
Mariana.
Well, whoever it is, God bless you and have a great birthday.
So for a Thundercat shirt, here, hold it up, B. We got a Thundercat shirt. All right, so the line is, and this gives you power over me? Bang. We got a winner
Ding,
over
ding,
here.
Ding, 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 ding. Here. I'll walk it to him because he's kind of impaired.
Cool. All right, so some of you may know, some of you may not know. This week, Street Fighter V hit the PlayStation 4. How many of you guys got that? Very few. All right. Well, as you can see, we got Ryu by Pop Culture Shock in the background. I've been a big Street Fighter fan since Part 2. Never really played Part 1, but I certainly remember it in the arcades. You know, it's a great evolution from Part 4. I didn't get to play a lot of the turbo or the extended issues of Street Fighter 4, but the artwork was definitely something good, worthwhile. I can tell you one thing, I was always a Ryu and a Shin Akuma fan, but with this new game, I've started to take a liking to Ken. He's got this, what was it? It was like a flaming whirlwind kick, and I just loved it. I keep using that move. And then there's the evolution of M. Bison, you know, a little older, stronger, and his design has changed. So I'm certainly looking forward to his next collectible. I'm a huge collector. Most of us up here are collectors. Jerry's a big collector. Bernie's a collector, but he's also our comic book reader. But when it comes to statues, that's my area of expertise, and I'm very, very fond of Pop Culture Shock. So I'm certainly looking forward to the next M. Bison statue. What do you guys think? Those Street Fighter players out there compared to maybe Mortal Kombat X, do we have any feedback out there? Woo? What's that woo for? So the comparison is I've got both Street Fighter V and I've got Mortal Kombat X, all for the PlayStation 4. And honestly, Street Fighter V is, again, the graphics got better, the gameplay's quicker, you've got some interesting combos, But if I were to compare the two, I'd most likely